Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Ajax Community Complex. It's Game 7 of the regular season between the Barrie Junior Sharks and the Durham West Junior Lightning. Oh, wow. If you're with us last night, the Sharks suffered a devastating 1-0 loss to the Whitby Wolves. Riley Maxwell definitely was the star in that yesterday. It was a 0-0 tie all the way up until the third period. Whitby just capitalized on a puck overturn and made it worth their while and took Riley Maxwell out of the net to make it 1-0, and the Sharks just couldn't bounce back. Looking to get back into the win column today, and luckily enough, the Etobicoke Junior Dolphins also suffered a 3-2 loss to the Mississauga Hurricanes in a shootout, so they're still tied for top spot with the Etobicoke Junior Dolphins. I'll bring you into the complex here. There we go. As you can see, the two teams warming up. Just over 3.5 minutes remaining in the warm-up before we have player introductions and the national anthem. Now, for once, this is not a home opener. I've attended quite a few of those recently, but this is not a home opener. Durham West has already had their home opener. In fact, their home opener was just the previous game back on September the 7th. They have only played 2 regular season games, and they're sitting 1-1, 1 win and 1 loss on the season, which puts them into 18th place. I do have an out-of-town scores quickly. Nepean is visiting the Arrows, and that was a 6-1 win for the Nepean Wildcats. Mississauga visited Brampton, and that was a 7-0 victory. Kingston visited Oakville, and that was 3-0 in favor of the Kingston Ice Wolves. Central York visited Windsor, and that was a very lopsided 13-1 win. Etobicoke faced off against Stony Creek, and that was a 5-0 victory for the Dolphins. And Ottawa was being visited by Blue Water, and that was a 3-1 victory. The 2 other games on tap besides ours, East Ottawa is visiting Waterloo and Cambridge is visiting Whitby. Those games are just getting going. One's at 2 o'clock and one's at 3:10. I will bring you those up-to-date scores after the first intermission. Starting lineup for the Barrie Junior Sharks on defense, number 10, Sonia Mehta, and number 72, Annabella Cosgrave. On forward, number 6, Sadie Fritz, number 8, Taya Wallace, and number 14, Abby Brumwell. Starting in net is number 74, Ava Zador. Not playing today for the Barrie Junior Sharks. Number 77, Adrielle Charette. Number 9, May Severn. And number 29, Jenny Keller. And number 15, Gabrielle Willard. Up today with us, we have a few players back who were with us yesterday. Number 88, Grace Cusick is joining us from U15 AA, and she will be taking the defensive spot. Number 66 will be Alice Sabarin. She's from Sudbury. And joining us from North York, U18, number 55 is being worn today by Keegan Lawrence, and number 16 will be worn by Mackenzie Newell. Just over a minute left in warm-up. We'll get set again for the player introductions and the national anthem. My name is Sheila Gilroy, along with my partner today, Delaney Schwartz. We're so happy to have you along here with the live stream. Enjoy the action. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. I want to do a big shout out if there are any Durham West Junior Lightning fans who are tuning into the live stream today. Welcome aboard. Happy to have you along with us. I'm sure you're very proud of your Junior West Junior Lightning players. Warm-up has expired here, and we'll just get set here for our player intros. Looks like Ava Zador is ready as she goes in her circles doing her warm-up. have to admit, I like these Durham West gray jerseys. They're kind of interesting to look at other than the blues. Makes it a little harder to see through the mesh in the building, but I kind of like them. Starting in goal for the Barrie Junior Sharks, number 74, Ava Sador, and she's got a 3-0 record right now. On defense, number 10, Sonia Mehta, and number 72, Annabella Cosgrave. On the forward line, number 6, Sadie France, number 8, Taya Wallace, and number 14, Abby Bromwell. Starting lineup for the Durham West Junior Lightning. Number 45, Amelia Wilkinson will be starting in that. She's got a record of 1-0. Number 13, Taylor Saprika on defense. And number 77, Sarah Aquilina, I think is how that's pronounced. Number 18, Eden Bergman on forward. Number 25, Nev Thatcher. And number 22, Lorelei Henley. Well, it's our last regular season game for October, and it's been a fast month. I've visited a bunch of home openers, and this is already Game 7 of the regular season for the Barrie Junior Sharks. I don't believe we're in a month already. It's hard to imagine how fast it's going, and technically speaking, we're just getting started. It's going to be a busy week for the Barrie Junior Sharks as they will be visiting the North York Storm on Wednesday, back home on Friday, and then a home game on Sunday. So a very busy week. 20 minutes on the clock. On the face-off dot will be Sadie France and Eden Bergman for Durham. We are set to go. Thumbs up from both goaltenders, and we are underway here in the Ajax Community Center. Again, Game 7 of the regular season for the Barrie Junior Sharks. Sonia Mehta behind the net, tries to put it out in front. Out to Abby Brumwell, and she will bring it into the neutral zone. Taya Wallace will dump it, chase after it. Lightning get a hold of it and try to get it out. Cosgrave holding the line. It will pop out into the neutral zone, but only momentarily. Sharks trying to get a grab at that. The puck will squirt loose, and it looks like the Durham West Lightning will have an opportunity. That's Peyton Fleming for the Lightning trying to get a hold of that puck. Sharks get rid of it. Intercepted at the red line by Madison Brick. Brick trying to reclaim that puck. Brumwell trying to pull it into the zone. Fleming loses an edge and goes down on the ice, but she gets right back up. Line changes for the Barrie Sharks. Fresh fins. Here's LaPointe for Durham West. Long pass intercepted by Dion. Can't pull out of the zone though. They'll battle for it in the near side corner, sending it to the far side. Dion back with it. All the way up to Sam Larmond. El De Silva is with her. She'll try a centering pass just behind, and De Silva goes smashing into the boards. Looks like she's okay. Gets right back up. Play continues. Shot in by Piper 7. That goes wide. And the puck will clear and come all the way down into the Sharks' end, and that will be an icing call. We're just getting started here. Just a minute and a half in. Great action both ways so far. Sharks definitely want to bounce back into the win column today. Durham West, they want to improve their record. Right now they're sitting 1 win and 1 loss. This is only their 3rd game of the regular season. Referees decided to take the face-off to center ice. So we'll have a face-off here on the red line. It's going to be Mally Winter versus Halloran for Durham West. Sabourin maintains control of that puck, tries a backhand! Can't squirt it past Wilkinson. What an effort by Sabourin. Sonny Mehta at the blue line, sending it down low. Sabourin with the puck again. Sends it to the far side. No. Mally Winter intercepts that, and the puck stays there for a quick second. Sabourin with it again. Out in front for Winter. Point blank range on Wilkinson, and Wilkinson with a big stop. Sonia Mehta over the blue line. She's by herself through to the fence, and that just skirts to the far side. Sharks on a line change. Over to Cosgrave. Cosgrave will look, dump it down. Forward lines are on a change, so they're waiting for reinforcements. Here's Kate Stewart. Wearing number 55 today is Tegan Gloins. She tries to pull it off the near side boards. Here's Kate Stewart with it again. Ringing around the far side, back to the blue line for Piper 7. 7 loses the handle on it, and she'll backtrack. She's being hampered by Nev Thatcher. Mackenzie Yule sending it forward. Gloins can't catch up to it fast enough, and Durham West will clear it out to neutral. They'll battle for it in the red line. Yule can't bring it across that blue line before being sent backwards. Sarah Akalina getting it out in front. Back at the red line. Whoa, Cosgrave coming in. She gets upended. She looked like she's okay. Shot in net by Taya Wallace. Great stop again by Wilkinson. Cosgrave looks okay. Makes a shot in. Nice save by Wilkinson. Sharks still on the hunt in the Durham West Lightning end. Durham West clears it out to the blue line, chips it past Cosgrave. Now a 2-on-1 developing. Over to Madison Brick. Shot in. Just hits the crossbar. What a shot in by Madison Brick. Nearly got the Lightning on top. Madison Brick still in possession. Sharks take over. Dion to the far side for Cosgrave. Picked up again by the Lightning. That's Soren Biederman. Sadie France now in possession. She'll backhand and lift that puck and send it down into the Durham end. Quick line changes here for the Barrie Sharks in the early going. Capri Chalk sending it over to her teammate. Shot in just past the far side post. They'll battle for it behind the net, out in front in the slot. Slide over to LaPointe. She'll fire it in, and that gets deflected and comes up and down into the near side corner. Out in front for the point, shot in, and a glove save. That shot made by Allie Mitchell. And a great save by Ava Sador. 15-21 remaining in the first period, no score. Peterson to take the draw this time for Durham West. They do have possession of that puck after the draw. Green at the line, sending it to the far side, sending it through. Nice pad save. Another shot in. And that gets deflected wide and up and into the plexiglass. Play continues. Thatcher giving it chase. Picked up by Sonia Mehta for the Barrie Sharks. Out in front, here's Sam Larmond over the blue line. She's got De Silva with her. Passes it over, but that's intercepted by the Lightning. Matt sends it to the far side. Mehta finds it. Picked up by Sam Larmond off the boards. Over to Grace Kusick. Loses it for a second, sends it over. Sharks get it into neutral, and they will send that down, and that will be icing against the Barrie Junior Sharks. Couple of great chances there by the Durham West Lightning, and a couple of great saves by Ava Sidor. Larmond and Thatcher square off in the face-off dot. Durham West had the puck. Sharks doing all they can to pull it out of the zone. Sabarin trying to pull it out, loses the handle on that, and that will go the distance. Icing waved off. To the neutral zone for Breck. She loses it. Picked up by Mally Winter. Not for long. Back and forth we go in the neutral zone. Breck can't maintain control. Sabarin pushing it into the Durham end. Here's Mally Winter trying to feed it out in front where Sabarin was waiting. That was deflected behind the net. To the neutral zone. Back for Piper 7. She's on her own blue line. Chips it off the boards. Meant for Sabarin, but that's going to get called on the icing. .46 remaining in the first period, looking for our first goal. Fairly reminiscent of last night's game, but it's still early. We're not even halfway through the first period yet. Fairly even game so far. Again, Durham West has only played 2 regular season games. They're just getting going with their season. Durham West, always a good contender every year, so the Sharks can't take them for granted for sure. To the neutral zone. Sabarin trying to chip it off the boards around the point. Doesn't work. Soren Biederman sending it forward to Chalk. That'll come right to the paddle of Zador, and she'll cover that one up for a face-off. Tegan Gloins will take the face-off for Barrie. Once again, Tegan Gloins is joining us from North York. Here comes Sabarin along with Kate Stewart. Over to Stewart. Fire! Wilkinson with the stop. Battle on the far side boards. Yule's got it. Sends it down behind the goal line. Stewart trying to push her way onto that puck. She will gather it in the corner, trying to pull it off the boards. Gloins trying to help her out. Dion holding the line. Wrap around attempt by Yule, doesn't work. That's sent to the far side. Dion at the blue line sends it through traffic. Wilkinson somehow sees it through traffic. Wilkinson making big stops so far in this contest. Kate Stewart with the puck, looking to pass it out. It'll come all the way back. Up to Fleming, and she'll send it down. Sador will leave it for her defense. Cutting towards the middle, trying the backhand. That just goes over and up, about a play. Wow, exciting hockey so far. Delaney, what do you think? I should mic you up. We should get your color commentary. Every time I did that with Josh last year, it's like, what do you want me to say? I haven't got a microphone. Taya Wallace behind the net. Lightning find it. They still maintain control behind that goal line, trying to get it out in front. Sharks take over. Here comes Bromwell. Back to Sonia Meta. I did find out that Eldridge was changing up the lines just a tad, so we're going to see a couple of different pairings on the lines as we go. Usually Bromwell is out there with McKay. Here come the Lightning. Long pass up to Chalk, but just offside. Capri Chalk took one more step inside that blue line before receiving that puck. So we'll have a face-off back near the blue line for Durham, right in front of Durham West bench. Over to LaPointe. LaPointe gets on her horse and shoves it in just off the plex. It got an awkward bouncing puck, just missed past the far side post. Zadora had to be careful. In comes Chalk. Working towards the net, but couldn't get the shot off. That's pushed away. LaPointe gloves it down at the blue line. What effort. Puck will escape the zone and come back to neutral. Fly up to LaPointe. Just past her stick. Zador finds it and rings it around the boards to the far side for Swanson. Swanson can't get it out. Shot in. Blocker save by Zador. To LaPointe. At the point. She'll move towards the point. She'll fire in. And Zador with the stop. Wow. Zador very busy here in the last couple of minutes. Still no score. As I indicated, the Sharks are on the road to North York on Wednesday night. I haven't had issues streaming from that location, so I should be able to bring you the game from there. Mally Winter versus Berglund. Pippa Green has it and sends it forward, and that hits his skates. Sabarin sends it out. Mally Winter up to McKay. McKay can't hold the pass, and the Lightning come back the other way. Durham West is offside, so Sharks take control of the puck as they tag. Great job by the forwards for Durham West to keep the puck in the zone, but the Sharks will come away with it. Here's Sabarin. Looking for a white sweater in front, but she's pushed off that puck. Meta at the blue line. Down to the near side corner. Winter puts it back towards the blue line for Sonia Meta. She puts it back in play in the near side corner. Sabrin working her way towards the net, but loses the handle on the puck. Sharks still in control. Laura Matt now has the puck for Durham West, and it will enter the neutral zone. Sharks reclaim control. Here's Sonia Meta. Lines are on a change, so she's by herself, but she's upended. Flies backward, but she's okay. She gets up and heads towards the bench. No, she'll stay on the ice. Cosgrave back on with Sonia Meta. Out in front. Couldn't get the shot off. Sharks are clear. Mackenzie Ewell trying to pull it off the near side boards. Doesn't work. In come the Lightning. Loses the handle. Back up to Uma Peterson. She had to weave around a couple of white sweaters, so she could not get the shot off. Back behind the goal line. Out in front. Puck sits there for a second. Lightning couldn't get a stick on. Now they do backhand, and Fedora's had enough of that, so she'll glove it down. Action seems to be ramping up here in the latter half of the first period. Still no score. Sadie France will take the face-off for Barrie. That's won by the Lightning. They kind of wrap around out in front. Halloran not quite in the right position to get the shot off. Sador back into her crease. Momentarily pulled out. Taya Wallace down the near side boards. Gets upended, and that's going to get called on the offside. Halloran versus France in the face-off dot, won by the Lightning. The point, setting it to the far side. Meant for Soren Biederman, but didn't pick it up. Here's Abby Brumwell across the blue line. Sits there for a second. Wallace trying to collect it. That doesn't work. In comes the point. Brumwell now in possession. Off to Sadie France. France will cut in. Hits the brakes. Looking for reinforcements at the blue line. Meta doesn't get there fast enough, but she's there now and gives her a hand. Puck escapes. Himley almost had a breakaway going back the other way. Out in front, centering pass. Meta gets to it. Off the boards. All the way back into the Durham West end. This is Pippa Green to the far side, over the blue line. Puck sliding there. What a poke! A poke by Sador. It lands on a Durham West stick, and what a save by Sador to hold it at 0-0. My goodness. I have a distinct impression that Maxwell and Sador as a tandem are going to be a dynamite to watch this year. They already have been. Lorman trying to pull it off the backboards. 7 sending it down. Pippa Green finding it. She'll shovel it off to her D partner. Over to the far side. Holds there for a second. Peterson nearly ran away with it, but she loses the handle. Sharks bring it right back in the Lightning end. Elda Silva trying to hold on to it. Durham West still has it. Here's Madison Brick. Peterson can't take the pass. Nally Winter will dump it back down into Durham West end. Long pass meant for Madison Brick, and she's got some space. She's being chased by 7 right through the blue paint to the other side. Sador had to be careful. Here's an opportunity back the other way for McKay. She'll wait, she'll fire. Wilkinson with the stop. Down behind the goal line. Sabourin giving it chase. Brick sending it over to Halloran. Halloran getting through the blue line. McKay with a soccer kick. Gets it out of harm's way. Right back onto a Lightning stick. To the far side. Try to center it. Sador with the pad stop. Down behind the goal line. Sador's watching those posts. Out to Aquilina. Collision on the near side boards. Meta and Chalk, they both get up okay. Cut into the middle. That's Grace Kusick. She had this puck poked off her. Here's Sabourin. Couldn't hold on to it. She lost it for a quick second. Lightning took control. Back to Mackenzie Ewell. Sharks in control. Out in front for Stewart. Shot in. Not sure if Wilkinson got a piece of it, but it did not get past her into the net. Cosgrave sending it forward. Stewart trying to find it. She sends it behind the net instead. Gloins tries to locate that on the far side. She'll battle for it with the Lightning. It'll come loose. Sarah Aquilina in the corner. Out in front for Himley. Intercepted by Gloins. Passes it over for Sabourin, and it just comes off the end of her stick. Out to Gloins at the neutral zone. She'll send it back to defense. This is Cosgrave. Over the blue line. She'll wait and she'll fire. Wilkinson with the stop. She thought about leaving it, but she decides to pounce on it instead. Ooh, that was a long time without a whistle. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the opening frame. No score. Great chances at each end. Trying to get it out in front. Picked up in front of the crease by the Lightning. Here's Peterson. Peterson will look to send that over, but it comes back the other way. Romo couldn't get to it fast enough, so Wilkinson comes out to play the puck. Dion brings it right back in, so play continues here in the Durham West end. Peterson looking to get rid of it. Intercepted by France. Wallace can't find it. Lightning taking advantage of that. Up to the neutral zone. Here's Zuma Peterson being hampered by the Sharks. Peterson with the stop. Goes top corner and down. And Durham West will take a 1-0 lead here with just over 3 minutes to go. That goal looks to be scored by number 9, Uma Peterson. That will be her first goal of the year. So once again, the Sharks find themselves down a goal, but this time it's the first period, so plenty of time to make that up. As I indicated last night, the Sharks do have 2 come from behind wins, both coming back from 2-0 deficit. So these Sharks can dig deep and get back in the game really fast. They'll battle for that puck behind Sador. Out in front and picked up by Elba Silva. Interesting to note, there's been no penalties called in this period. So good 5-on-5 action. Annabella Cosgrave will look, passes it over to Simone Swanson. Larman's with her. She has to wait on that blue line. Chasing for it now. De Silva has it. She'll make a big turn. The assist going to Halloran on that Durham West goal. Oh, and McKay with the first goal of the season. First U22 elite goal from Maddie McKay, and you could just see the excitement as she jumped up and down after burying that past Amelia Wilkinson. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Maddie McKay. And just like that, we are tied up at the ones with just over 2 minutes to go in the first period. That puck is collected and handed over to Coach Eldridge because Maddie McKay deserves to keep that puck. First U22 elite goal for Maddie McKay. Welcome to the show, Maddie. All right, play continues here with 2 minutes to go here in the opening frame. 1-1 tie now. Bergman comes in, sends it down deep behind the goal line. Lightning passing it around. Aquilina trying to find that pass, doesn't find her. Here's Piper 7. 7 gets it out to neutral, trying to pick it up as Savarin couldn't quite get past the defense to hold on to that puck as she enters the Durham West end. Sounds like that goal was unassisted, but I'll check the website afterwards to see if there's any assists on that goal. But yes, that indeed did go to Madeline McKay, number 13. Grace Kusiv trying to get away with that, but she's upended by Riches. And it comes back into the Sharks' end as we enter the final minute of play here in the first period. Kate Stewart trying to gather that puck. Can't find it. Over to Madison Brick. Brick over the blue line. Tries to center it to Mitchell, but she goes around the net instead. LaPointe waiting for a pass. And that's deflected. There'll be a foot race. Nearly a breakaway attempt by Mackenzie Ewell, but she's sent backwards. Couldn't get there fast enough. Here's Fleming. Pass off. Madison Bick trying to go in with the backhand. Doesn't work. Puck sits there for a second. In comes Uma Peterson. She's the lone goal scorer, and she goes up and over. Sador was down, and she tried to go up, and it nearly worked, but it went over the crossbar. Another shot in from the point, and another save by Sador. Play continues. Back and forth right in front of Sador. Puck will escape and will come the distance, and that should just about do it for the first period. Buzzer sounds, and after one, it's 1-1. Goals being scored by number 9, Uma Peterson for Durham West, and Madeline McKay's first U22 elite goal, number 13. Congratulations, Madeline McKay. We'll step aside here for Zamboni cleaning, and I'll come back to give you the out-of-town scores. And, of course, the second period. You want to do that? Delaney, do you want to come back and do the second? Yeah, let's come back and do the second period. No problem. We'll be back, folks. Hey folks, welcome back. We'll just get set here for the second period, and before I do that, I'll bring you up to date on the out-of-town scores. Not much happening, as the two games that hadn't started before we started our game still have no score, but I'll bring you up to date on what transpired so far. Again, Nepean was visiting the Toronto area Arrows, and they won 6-1. Mississauga visited Brampton and came away with a 7-0 victory. Kingston visited Oakville, and they came away with a 3-0 victory. Central York visited the Windsor Wildcats, and they beat them in a lopsided victory 13-1. Etobicoke blanked out the Stony Creek Sabres 5-0. And the Ottawa Senators beat the Blue Water Hawks 3-1. Again, the other two games, Waterloo at East Ottawa and Whitby and Cambridge, East Ottawa at Waterloo and Cambridge at Whitby have yet to have any score. In this one, it's a 1-1 tie. Again, the goals being scored by number 9, Uma Peterson, with the assist from Sarah Halloran, and the lone goal scorer for the Barrie Sharks, number 13, Maddie McKay, with the assists from Piper 7 and Sam Larmond. And here we are after one. We are locked up at one. We'll get set here for the second period. Once again, my name is Cheryl Gilroy, along with my camera person today, Delaney Schwartz. We're happy to bring in the live stream. Glad to have you with us this afternoon. I hope you're enjoying the game. It's going to be Sadie Friends in the face-off dot versus Sarah Halloran. And we are underway here in the second period with a lot of thunder. Play in the neutral zone. Sharks try to get a hold of that puck in their own end. It comes to center. No Lightning in the slot to get it home. And now there's an opportunity. Meta with the skate by accident in the way, and the Sharks will clear the zone. Lightning look a little bit dangerous here in the early going of the second period. Up to Thatcher. Thatcher will drop past it to Green. Taken over by Sadie Friends, and she's going to go for a bit of skate. She's got Bromwell with her. Shot in, and that will hit the mesh for a stoppage in play. Great action in front of Zador. I don't think it ever really reached her, but that went back and forth and around the crease out in front, and the Sharks were able to get rid of it rather quickly. And we're not even a minute in. Longman did for the face-off for Barrie. That's won by the Lightning, and they will get it to neutral. Mackenzie Riches with the chase. Dion getting in her way. Riches with it. Out in front for Mitchell. That goes behind the net. Again, the Lightning looking dangerous. Sharks getting out of trouble. Here's Simone Swanson. Over to Larmond. Had her stick tied up by Mitchell. Here's Fleming for the Lightning. Down the near side boards and dumping into the corner. Over to Simone Swanson for the junior Sharks. Here's Kathleen Dion setting it forward. Larmond misses it. And that will go the distance for an icing call against the Barrie Sharks. Now, I got the record straight. The last name is pronounced Larmond and not Larmont, so I will attempt to get that right from here on in after pronouncing it wrong a lot of the time, so my apologies. Larmond, Sam Larmond. Larmond, as a matter of fact, taking the face off for Barrie. Looks like we'll set that up and do it again. And Larmond's going to get kicked out of the face-off dot. Okay, well, let's pick who's going to do the face-off here. It's going to be De Silva and Lapointe. Nope. De Silva and Biederman. Yes, no? Not sure what the delay is here, but it's going to be, no, it's going to be Peterson. Peterson and Larmond. Okay, Sharks have it after the draw. I'm glad we straightened that out. To neutral, here's De Silva over the blue line. She's got Larmond with her, feeds it. Oh, couldn't get the shot off. At the point for 7. 7 fires it in. That's a blocker save for Wilkinson. Near side corner. Sharks trying to pull it around in front. Out to 7. Hands it back off to Winter. And that pass is intercepted, and here comes Biederman down the near side boards. 7 giving her chase. They both go into the boards. Out in front for Peterson. She's knocked off. Penalty's going to be coming on that play, and I believe that's going to be a head check. No, it's going to be a hook. Thought maybe it was a head check. It looks like Peterson got the elbow in the head, but the call is going to be hook, and first power play belongs to Durham West. Bergman in for the face-off for Durham. Puck sits there for a second, collected by Meta, and she will lift it out of harm's way and send it all the way down. Durham West in their own end, taking their time. Out to Halloran. Halloran brings it across the blue line, drives it in. She'll fire, but that is sent wide as her stick was lifted. Durham holds the blue line. Annabella Cosgrave trying to hold on to that puck and pin it against the boards to knock off seconds off the power play. Puck will get lifted and past Taylor Saprika all the way down into the Durham end. Passing to the neutral zone. That's Fleming. Hands it off to Brick. Fleming trying to chase after it. Cosgrave getting in her way. Meta trying to find that puck. She'll lift that stick, get a hold of that puck. Can't get it out though. She'll have it behind her own net and she'll ring it around the boards, and that will make it into the neutral zone. Pippa Green to Matt. Matt to the far side. Found by Meta. Meta will chip it off the boards. Pippa Green finds that before it enters the Lightning zone. This looks like 7 and Green will battle for it at the red line right in front of the scorekeeper's box. Now for those of you who are only listening to the games, I do hear that a lot of people do listen to the games while they're traveling, so I try to be as descriptive as possible. Now we have a head check. So let's see if that's 2 or 4. It's going to go against number 17. Madison Brick for head check. 2 minutes, so take the power play off, Delaney. 4-on-4 action here for 25 seconds. Down low. Dion holding the line to 7. 7 hands it off. Back to 7 at the blue line. She'll step into the slot, fire. Wilkinson with the glove stop. Play continues to the left of Wilkinson. Lightning has the puck after the draw. Oh, no. Try to get it out in front. Dion with the puck. Firing it over to Sabrin. Sabrin with the shot. Goes wide of the far side post. Dion at the blue line. Down to France. France can't hang on to it. She shoved off the puck. Minute remaining in the power play for Barrie. Trying to get it out in front. Back to Dion at the blue line. Down to Winter. Winter Dion. She'll step in and fire. Hits a skate. Durham West will come away with it. Here's Biederman coming around Dion. Dion keeping her on the outside. Dion will now claim possession of that puck, and there's 30 seconds remaining in the power play for Barrie. Aquilina sending it down to her defensive partner. Peterson trying to draw it in. Sharks may get another go here. Cosgrave. Pass up to Larman just past her stick. Aaron puck in the crease. Lightning will get rid of it quickly. Meta. Here's Taya Wallace. She'll fire. That goes up and over as the penalty expires. Drive in for Taya Wallace. Can't get the shot off. Back to Sonia Meadows. She'll fire it in. Looking for the deflection is Bromwell, but it's deflected past the near side post to the blue line. Piper 7 fires it in, and Wilkinson's going to put a stop to that. Face off to the left of Wilkinson. Sharks had it momentarily. Lightning collects it. Dump and chase. Sonia Meadows going to give her a hand. No, 7 is knocked off. We're back to 5-on-5 now. Pippa Green at the blue line, sending it down deep behind the goal line. 7 can't get a handle on it. Play continues. It's Nev Thatcher on the far side corner. Loins sending it off to the D. Piper 7. And that will clear into the neutral zone. That's going to get picked up by Kate Stewart. She's by herself, working around, and she's able to get a shot into Wilkinson. Wilkinson with the pad save. Thatcher to center for Bergman. Couldn't get the shot off. Sharks off the near side boards, trying to clear the zone. Piper 7 trying to chase after it. It will ring around the back of the goal. Durham West finds it to the blue line. Green sending it in. Now on the near side. Fleming sending it through. That misses and deflected behind. Trying to go in the back door is Eden Bergman. That doesn't work. Sador gets over and shuts the door on that one. It looks like there's an errant neck guard on the ice. Someone's missing neck protection. That's collected by the official, so we're good. De Silva just runs over Dion. I'm sure that was only an accident, but she's knocked off her skates. Simone Swanson over the blue line. Behind the net. Dion keeping it on play on the blue line. Puck will skip to the slot. That's going to get collected by Madison Brick. Now off to De Silva. She feeds it in front. No Shark available to bat it in. And the Durham West Lightning will clear the zone. Picked up behind the goal line and out to Simone Swanton. She'll lift it and get it to neutral. Picked up by Capri Chalk. Chalk with a centering pass. That's intercepted by Dion. Pushing and shoving here on the blue line. Bergman's knocked off. She looks okay, but she's going to the bench rather slowly. Kusick to the far side. Capri Chalk trying to run away with it. A little bit of chaos in front of the Barrie bench, and the puck will come to the near side. Galina on the near side, trying to center it. She hits the brakes and goes backwards to Biederman. Biederman with the shot, and a save by Sador. Maddie McKay, our lone goal scorer for the Barrie Sharks. Over to Larmond. Larmond, I'm going to get that right sooner or later. Sam Larmond behind the net. Trying to get it out in front to Winter, and she can't see it. Too many gray sweaters in front of her. Here's Biederman. She'll dump it down. Sador had to be careful as she's being chased. McKay sending it out to Sabarin. She's too far behind, and that will be icing. Good, because I need a breath. Having a face-off here to the left of Sador. Won by the Sharks. Here comes Maddie McKay. A little bit of sword fighting as she enters the zone, and she maintained control of that puck momentarily, but now it's picked up by the Lightning. Thatcher to center. Over to Thatcher again, and she'll wait and she'll put it towards the net, and that's a great save by Sador. Mally Winter finds the puck and sends it to the far side corner. Sabarin trying to work it past the Durham West Lightning forward to McKay. Sonia May now with that puck behind the net, over to Sabarin. Sabarin centering pass, but right at the point for Durham West. Shot made by Aurora Matt, and a nice glove save by Zador. A 1-1 tie. David France to take the draw for Barrie. Centering pass. Couldn't get the shot off was Madison Brick. She had her stick lifted. Back and forth in the neutral zone. Madison Brick with that puck now. They come just in offside. Just under 9.5 minutes remaining here in the first period. 1-1 tie between the Barrie Junior Sharks and the Durham West Junior Lightning. Great action. Close game. Shots on goal after the first were 13-9 in favor of the Durham West Lightning. So close game. Sharks have had a bit more chances here in the second. Riches holds the line for Durham West. Kathleen Dion holds the puck as she's being chased by Madison Brick. Dion passing it up. Wallace loses the handle. Durham West now in possession. Pass up to Halloran. Halloran and Chuck chase that behind the goal line. They'll fire, and that just goes over the crossbar, and the referee had to be careful. He ducked to get out of the way. Oops. Face off here to the right of the door. Just under 9 minutes to go in the second period. Going to take the face off for Barrie, and the Sharks do have it after the draw. Over to Stewart. Meta on her horse, waiting for the feed. Just a couple of strides back, or that would have been a great opportunity for Sonia Meta. Sonia Meta has 5 points of the season, but they're all assists. She'd love to get a goal. To the neutral zone. Meta now in possession of that puck. She'll wait. Feeds it up, but it finds a lightning stick. That's Saprika. She'll dump it down in and chase it. Sador will find it behind her net, and she'll leave it for Meta. Meta will ring it around the boards for Ewell. Durham collects that in their own end. Reaches the red line. Eden Brugman over the blue, has her stick lifted and couldn't get the shot off. Dump it down behind the net, just over the post. Here's Bergman again, trying to wrap around in front. Just past the Lightning forward stick. That was Hemley, couldn't get the shot off, and that will be icing against the Barrie Sharks. Face off here to the left of Sador. Won by the Lightning to Matt at the blue line. She'll dump it down behind the net. Out in front for Brick. She gets a shot off. What a great heads-up save by Ava Zador. To the neutral zone and all the way back into the Durham end. And that will be an icing call against the Barrie Sharks again. And another face-off here to the left of Sador. Now just under 7.5 minutes to go in the second period. Down low. Off the boards for Aurora Matt. She loses the handle. She doubles back into the neutral zone. Durham West putting it right back in play in the Sharks' end. Meta will find that behind the goal line. Riches wants a piece of that. Here's Grace Kusick now for the Barrie Sharks. Feeding up to De Silva, but just past her stick. All the way back for Pippa Green in her own end. Pippa Green hits the bricks, sending it forward. Piper 7 holds the line. Down low behind the goal line. De Silva is going to give it a chase. Can't get there fast enough before the Durham West Lightning clear the zone. Simone Swanson sends it back to her D. Up to De Silva. Wilkinson will leave it for Pippa Green. They'll backhand it here to the near side boards. Centering pass. In comes Chalk. Cosgrave lifted her stick, so the Sharks are going to reclaim possession of that puck and bring it right back into the Durham end. A lot of back and forth all the way to Sador, and she's going to cover that up before Biederman gets a hold of that. Before we start the third period, I'll bring you up to date on the top 10 in U22 Elite. Back to the blue line. Durham West holds it. Grace Kusick trying to pull it out in front, and they do. Kusick to the far side for Sabourin. McKay is on the left, entering the zone, and that is going to be a penalty. It's going to be for a body check. So, Barrie Sharks on a full 2-minute power play this time. Let's see what the Sharks can do with a power play. A full 2 minutes this time. Durham West tries to clear the zone. Sharks hang on. Meta's at the line and she'll dump it down in. Taya Wallace moves to the middle, waiting for a pass, but the puck will skip out. So the Sharks will have to double back. Meta behind her net. France on the far side, Dion on the near side. She'll pass to Dion, back and forth, back to Sonia Meta. She'll enter the zone. Down deep behind. To Dion at the blue line. Passing it around to France. Wallace waiting for a pass. She gets it. Pokes it out in front. Bromwell couldn't find it, and the Lightning will clear the zone. Just a minute gone now in the power play. Sonia Meta behind her own net. Again, Dion on the near side. Stewart on the far side. Passes to Dion. Dion wants to pass to Winter. That's deflected. Puck will come out. Durham West keeps it out of harm's way all the way back into the Sharks' end. 45 seconds remaining in the power play. Dion. Again, the quarterback. To the far side this time from Allie Winter. Winter sends it over to Cosgrave. She bobbles it but manages to put it forward, but the Sharks are just behind that. Wilkinson hands it off to her D. Far side for Bergman, and she'll get it all the way down into the Sharks' end. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. Back on the near side boards for Cosgrave. She'll look at the options, brings it herself, but just comes in offside as I believe Sabourin wasn't on the right side of that blue line. 10 seconds remaining in the power play, just over 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Larman versus Peterson on the face-off dot. Comes into the Durham West end. Sharks trying to hold on to that puck, but the puck will escape as the time ticks off of that power play. We're back to even strength. So nothing happening on that power play for the Barrie Sharks. All goals were scored in the first period. No penalties happened in the first period, so all goals were scored at even strength. Back and forth over the red line. Uma Peterson driving to the net, loses the handle, hands it back. What a shot by Aurora Matt, but what a great save by Zador. I'm so happy to see how the crowd is filled out here in Durham. I love to see the U22 Elite support. The more I travel, the more I get happy about seeing the stands filled with fans. That's going to be an icing call against the Barrie Sharks. I'm a firm believer in women's hockey, and I believe it's coming along, especially with the inception of the PWHL. And the more fans we see in the stands, the more exposure these girls are getting, and the more I love it. I have a soft spot for girls hockey. My daughter no longer plays, but I love the passion that girls hockey has. Down deep into the corner. Lightning trying to go around the net, out to the far side for Madison Brick. She gets into the neutral zone. Mackenzie Rich is trying to find it, but Meta wants that puck instead. It'll come into the corner, near side, out to the neutral zone. LaPointe with that puck over the blue line. She'll fire it in. That's steered aside by Sador. Over to Grace Kusick. She weaves around, gets the pass out to Yule, and she immediately hands it off to Gloins, who got the call-up line out. Good job getting into the Durham West end, but couldn't get the shot off. Yule just chasing her rival around, giving her an issue. That puck still hasn't cleared the zone. Now it does. It'll come up and into the mesh, and that will be a stoppage in play. Sadie France will take the face-off here for Barrie against Halloran for Durham West. Won by the Lightning. Doesn't come in the zone. Sharks trying to bring it back the other way. Durham West collects that. Only momentarily. Maddie McKay off to Bromwell, but they can't hold on to it as they enter the zone. All the way back for Dion. All right, Sharks back in possession to Bromwell. Bromwell trying to feed McKay, but she's back a few steps. 2-on-2 developing here. Biederman comes on the right. Great block. Whoa! Push and shoving in the net, and that's going to be a stoppage in play. Well, let's hope the players are okay. Chalk and Zador, I think, gave each other hugs. I think they're okay. Referee talking to Sador, making sure she's okay after that nasty spill, and I think she's all right. All right. Puck is down. Play continues here with just under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. 1-1 tie. Molly Winter finds the puck. 3-on-2 developing. Over to Taya Wallace. She weaves around, tries to cut to the middle, fires it, and a glove stop by Wilkinson. It is a very beautiful day here in Ajax, Ontario. Sun shining, 25 degrees outside. How the heck do you dress for a rink when it's that nice outside? Last night we had fog on the ice. We don't have that problem today, but it's still very nice outside. Gotta love September hockey. You never know. In come the Lightning. This is Aurora Matt. Couldn't get it too far as Meta's skate was in the way. That puck bounces it into the near side corner. Even the crowd here is all wearing shorts and t-shirts. It's weird for the end of September. Cosgrave meant to find Wallace. That was intercepted by Matt. Meta meant to send it behind the net, but it hits the post instead. Out in front for Sabarin. Just off the end of her stick, so Lightning will come back the other way. This is Pippa Green. Dump it down, go off on a line change. Here's Annabella Cosgrave. To the far side for Sabarin. Back to center for Winter. Winter fans on her. Shot attempt up to Wallace, and it comes right back into the Barrie end at Cosgrave. Can't find it. Meta now has the puck. Up into the neutral zone. Taya Wallace trying to gather that puck. Mitchell has other ideas. Back into the Durham West end. This is Halloran. Final 10 seconds here in the second period. Breakaway attempt. Waits, tries the backhand. Zador reads that all the way, and in the process puts the net off of its magnet. What a breakaway attempt, but what a read by Zador. And the backhand never got off. Face off here to the left of Sador. We only have a few seconds left before the end of the second period. Just enough time for De Silva to bat it all the way down. And we're going to end the second period the same way we started it. 1-1 tie. Great action here in the second period. Great chances at both ends. Great stops at both ends. Power plays on both ends. Third period's going to be fun. So we'll step away here for another break, and we'll come back to give you the third period. Come on back, folks. Well, hey everybody, welcome back. We're just getting set here for the third period. Bring it back into the rink, and what I'm going to do actually is going to go over briefly here the top 10 here in U22 Elite. Stand by. So you can see on the scoreboard there, or on my graphic there, that in the top 10, I'll go over it quickly. So Etobicoke and Barrie right now are tied for first place. And they each have 5 wins and 1 loss. And we'll see how that changes today after this game, fingers crossed. Rounding out here the top 10, Stony Creek Sabres in 3rd place, Brampton Canadettes in 4th. It's nice to see Brampton back in the top 10. There was a few years they were down in the basement, so it's nice to see them contending. Mississauga Hurricanes are sitting in 5th place after their win against the Etobicoke Dolphins. Cambridge Riviolettes are sitting in 6th. The Toronto Arrows have spent some time in the basement, so they're back up contending in the top 10, which is awesome. Central York Panthers probably improve on their 8th spot. This is before all the games were played today, and they beat Windsor 13-1, so they may move up in rankings. And then rounding out the top 10 is the Toronto Leaside Wildcats and the Whitby Wolves. I'll try bringing those updates to you. If I have several games in a weekend, I'll try bringing you that stat on the last game of the weekend. We're just getting set here for the third period. There's still a minute and a bit, and I will quickly go over the out-of-towns that were started after our game. So East Ottawa was visiting Waterloo. That game started at 2 o'clock, and the Waterloo Ravens are up on the Stars 3-0. That game should be just about over, and Cambridge is visiting Whitby, and Whitby Wolves are up on Cambridge 2-0, and that's probably a little later than our game, so they're probably just about rounding out the second period, in the middle of the second period, and they'll get set there for the third period, but that score stands at 2-0. Once again, the Sharks are on the road this week, coming up on Wednesday night in North York, and then they're at home on Friday, and then at home again on Sunday to round out the week. 1-1 tie here to enter the third period. Once again, the goal scorers for Durham West was number 9, Uma Peterson. And for Barrie, Maddie McKay. And the assists on Maddie McKay's goal were Piper Seban and Sam Lermans. 25 seconds remaining here, and I will step out of the way and get Delaney to take over the camera. Sorry, Delaney. Smile at the camera. You were just on camera, Delaney. Come on, it's okay. All the fans will get to know you now. No? Okay, I'll turn this away so you can actually duck under here. You don't have to be shy, you know. Here we go with period number 3, Delaney. Have fun. Sadie France to take the drop for Barrie, and Peterson to take the drop for Durham West. We're set to go. 20 minutes on the clock. 1 more frame to go. Another tight game. Shots on goal after 2 periods. 20-14 in favor of the Durham West Lightning. I honestly thought that the shots on goal would be a bit more even after the second period with the power plays, but no. Durham West on top of that one. Puck will escape to the neutral zone. Cosgrave will dump it down in. Durham West taking their time behind. Oh, pick off by Wallace. What an effort by Taya Wallace to get a shot off, but that's steered aside. Wilkinson, again, brilliant in net, as is Ava Zador for the Barrie Sharks, making some great stops. Peterson to the far side. She'll wait to get that pass back, but it lands on Cosgrave's stick instead, and she'll bring it back the other way, and that will go up and out of play. What a great effort there by Taya Wallace to battle for that puck in front of the crease and get the shot off, and a great heads-up save by Wilkinson. What effort by both players. Warmer to take the face-off against Halloran. It's won by the Lightning. Back to Pippa Green. Pippa Green sending it back to her D partner, and up into the neutral zone for Madison Brick. She'll hand that back off to Halloran. She'll cut in with the shot. Save by Sador. Battle behind the net to the far side. Puck bouncing. De Silva can't settle it down as she enters the zone. Pippa Green now picking that puck back up, bringing it around the net. And to the neutral zone here for Madison Brick. Brick cuts to center. Tries to hand it off, but the puck is picked off. Here's Grace Kusick. Over to De Silva. She tries to get around the defense right there for Kusick, and she couldn't slide it in. My goodness. Over to Fleming. Fleming trying to hand it back. Meta getting in the way with the knee. What a great defensive move by Sonia Meta. Battle on the near side boards. De Silva with a little bit of a limp. She'll go back to the bench for a rest. Kusick sending it forward. Fleming sending it out into the Sharks' end. LaPointe trying to pick it up as they cross that blue line. Erin puck, Meadows, yep, she'll pick it up. McKay to Sabourin. Sabourin loses the handle and has to double back. Off the boards. Oh, shot meant for Himley. She nearly came in with the shot, but it went over her stick. McKay centering pass to Cosgrave. She's behind it though. She'll dump it down into the corner and out the other side for McKay. To Stewart. Stewart trying to cut in. That'll hit the crease. Steer aside by Wilkinson very easily. Whoa. Collision at the red line. Nearly a trip up over Stewart's stick, and I would suspect had the Lightning hit the deck, that would have been a penalty call, but play continues. Shot to the crease. Lightning trying to go around, still in possession of that puck. Great effort there by Mackenzie Rule to pick it off her rival. Behind the net. Here's Cosgrave looking at options. Forward for Stewart. Stewart's got Ewell with her. She hands it off to her, but it's just off the end of her stick. Held on to by Gloins at the blue line. Lightning taking their time. Lucky bounce off the boards for the Sharks. Pass meant for Sebin, intercepted by Madison Brick, and she's got a little bit of room. Tries to hand it off in front. Gloins for the Barrie Sharks getting in the way. Great effort for the Sharks to get back after Madison Brick's breakaway. Far side. Ewell sends it down, and that will be an icing call against the Barrie Sharks. Wow. Lots happening at both ends, but the score remains 1-1. Both goals coming in the first period. Power plays exchanged in the second, but nothing happening. Gloins will take the face-off for Barrie. Lightning have it after the draw. Down to the corner. Lightning hang on and dump it down into the near side corner this time. Kusick trying to get it out to Stewart. Grace Kusick sends it back to Piper Sebin. Sebin to the blue line. In comes Madison Brick, but it's poked off of her stick. Still on side. Lightning continue in the Sharks' end. Centering pass, shot in, and a great save by Sador. Lightning want to get a go-ahead goal. They come in again with a shot, and that's steered aside. I believe those shots were made by Halloran at point-blank range right in front of Zador. Zador ready for that. Lightning not giving up, but the puck is going to skip to the neutral zone. Here's Pippa Green again. Sadie France trying to bring that puck in with her, and she's forced back the other way. Chalk around the blue line and around a couple of white sweaters. She centers it and sends it forward. Zador with the pad stop. To the neutral zone for Abby Bromwell. Bromwell's got France with her. And Taya Wallace lose control in the Lightning end. Bromwell finds it. Up to Wallace. Wallace cuts in. She'll whine and she'll fire, but that's steered aside. She finds it again and makes a shot. Blocker saved by Wilkinson. Far side for Biederman. Here comes Sonia Meta, handing it off to Bromwell. Back to Meta, fire in, and a glove stop. Meta's upended. After she gets the shot off, she looks okay, but no penalty coming. Face off here to the right of Wilkinson. Far side. De Silva coming in to pinch. Puck remains in the Lightning end. Kalina trying to get it out. A little sword fighting on the far side, and it does get to neutral. Pass off to Himley. Himley has her stick lifted by Cusick. Sam Larman sent it to the far side for Dion. Dion up to De Silva. One-on-one. Gets it around. Oh, she'll drop past to Larman, who gets it through the slot, but she couldn't get the shot off. Swanson on the far side. Saprika to the near side boards. Can't get it out. Sharks trying to pick it out of the near side corner. It will go around the boards into the far side corner. Winter coming in to try and see if she can't get on the puck. Saprika now behind the net for the Lightning, and it will skip over and all the way out to Peterson. Again, Peterson with the lone goal for Durham West. Shot blocked. That was Dion getting in the way, and it will trickle to in front of the crease, but before Sador could pounce on it, it goes out of harm's way. Up to Sabarin. Sabarin poking it forward and all the way back into the Durham end. What defensive work by the Barrie Sharks. The Lightning are just putting on the pressure. Here's Peterson again. Cut through and a poke just past the far side post. What a feed by Peterson. Just the wrong angle on the deflection. Here's Sabarin. She's got space. Here she comes. She waits, and penalty coming. It'll be a slash against the Durham West Lightning. What effort there by Sabarin. I was almost hoping for a penalty shot the way she got hauled down. The Sharks with a man advantage. Excuse me, with a player advantage. I'm listening to too many NHL games. Player advantage. Aurora Matt with the infraction for slashing. Great defensive work. Make sure that the shot didn't come off of Sabarin's stick. Sonia Meta on the far side. She's pushed off the puck, and it will slide behind the goal line. Mitchell getting it out. Sharks back on it, and the far side corner to Meta. Down to 7. 7 waits, back to the point for Meta. Meta through traffic. Sharks couldn't find it to bank it in. Play continues. Sharks still in possession. To the far side for Sadie France. France sends it in. Paddle save for Wilkinson. Out in front, and the Lightning will relieve the pressure, and the puck will come out. Back down to the Sharks' end. A little miscommunication with the passing there. Meta finds it. France right in the blue line. She'll wait, now come over. Bromwell now with her, as is Larmond. Lightning put off the pressure again. 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Larmond. Over to Cosgrave. Cosgrave tripped. They come in offside. I don't understand why that wasn't a tripping call, but play continues. Dion behind the net. Cosgrave on the far side, but she shoots to the near side. This is Sam Larmond. Bromwell with her. Hits the brakes and turns around. Sends it back to Dion at the blue line. Hands it back off. Larmond driving the net. She'll back pass it. Dion at the point through traffic. Open net. Larmond couldn't get the shot off. What an effort there by Larmond. Couldn't find a lane. And the penalty will come to an end. And we still remain tied at 1. Madison Brick at the red line, making a turn, coming in onside. Peterson with her, trying to feed her. Sharks put it back the other way. Sabarin now with the puck. She'll get it over that blue line and into the neutral zone. Lightning reclaiming it, making a big turn. This is LaPointe. LaPointe shot off, hits a skate. Still in the slot. Back to Pippa Green. She'll send it over, and that will be over the net and back behind. Battle for it behind the net. Zador trying to guard that post. Puck sits there for a second. Shot in on the near side post. Zador sealing it up. Doesn't let it in. Swanson dumps it down to give it chase. Winter is with her. Far side. Grace Kusick trying to find it. Winter setting it down behind the goal line. Lightning reclaim possession, clear it out to the red line. Kusick trying to send it back, but she loses the handle on it briefly. De Silva puts it back down in play as the Sharks go off on a line change. What a great effort by Wallace to keep that puck down there all by herself. Gets it out in front to Sadie France, but she couldn't get the full force behind the shot. What a stop by Grace Kusick. Lightning still come in, drop pass. Pushing and shoving by France, and the Sharks will clear it. Here's Taya Wass on the mission again. She was all by herself, surrounded by 3 gray sweaters. What an effort to maintain possession of that puck. One of the harder working members of the Sharks in this game. Biederman trying to drive the net. Wallace finds it again and sends it out over to France. France finds it. She's all by herself. She'll try to hold on to it as she waits for reinforcement. Here comes Kate Stewart to give her a hand. Sharks slowing it down. Dion. Whoa, to Swanson, and she couldn't get the shot off. She fans on the one-timer. Himley to the far side. Stewart finds it. Looks to see who's available out to the blue line. Here's Cosgrave. She'll wind and she'll fire. And a great glove stop by Amelia Wilkinson. The action is definitely ramped up here in the third period. I don't want to talk about extra time yet. There is going to be that nasty word overtime if the game is still tied at 1. 5 minutes of 3-on-3, and if nothing is decided there will be a shootout. Face-off won by the Lightning. Sharks holding on to it. Here's Simone Swanson behind the net trying to chip and chase. She'll pick it up on the far side, but only momentarily. Lightning now reclaim possession, back in their own end behind the goal line. Out in front. That's Halloran to the neutral zone. Sharks bring it right back. Here's Grace Kusick, writing it right off to Silva. Now Grace Kusick gets a shot off. Couldn't find a lane. Oh, Stewart with the foot out and couldn't stop that puck from exiting the zone. Sonia Mehta. Up to Sam Larman. Larman waiting. She'll go around behind the net. Loses the puck. Out to the blue line for Sonia Mehta. What action here in the third period. Sharks putting on the pressure. Lightning finding a way to get it out of their own end. Here's Zuma Peterson. Trying to center it. Intercepted by the Sharks, and they'll get it out to neutral. Here's LaPointe for Durham West. To the far side for Green. Green up to Riches. Driving the net. Shot in, saved by Zador. Rebound available. Out to Pippa Green at the blue line. Here's LaPointe now at the point. Shot in, deflected by De Silva. Right back on to Peterson's stick, and that goes up and over the crossbar. Pushing and shoving in front of the net. Sharks come away with it. Here's Ella De Silva. Ella De Silva sends it down into the corner, and she'll go off on a line change. I'm sure that forward line is tired. Here's Green. Sending it forward. Pass meant for Biederman. That's intercepted by Brumwell. Here's Kathleen Dion behind her own goal line to Cosgrave. She'll backhand and feed Brumwell. Brumwell on the near side boards. Doesn't get too far. Aurora Matt bringing it back at the end of the way, and she comes in with some speed. Trying to cut around the defense. Out in front. Wow, what a feed out in front that just goes past the far side post. Both teams putting on the pressure here. as we come into the final minutes of this third period. Brumwell waits, fires, blocker saved by Wilkinson. Two of the best goaltenders here in U22 Elite squaring it off. Pushing and shoving, and that is going to be a penalty call. It's going to be a cross-check. So Sharks are going to get a power play as Biederman is called on the cross-check. 1-1 tie. 5 minutes remaining in the game. Can the Sharks capitalize on the player advantage? Backhand pass to Seven at the blue line. Seven sends it over to Meta. Back to Seven. Seven waits, finds an avenue, tip! Just on the near side of the near side post. It doesn't go in. Puck will go the distance, and the Sharks will have to retreat back into their own end. 30 seconds gone in the power play. Sharks reorganizing. Here's Piper Seven. She'll come in, fire, saved by Wilkinson. It bounces a little bit, but she puts it in the glove for a stop. Once again, both goals in this contest coming all the way back in the first period. Uma Peterson with her first goal of the season, and Maddie McKay with her first U22 Elite goal. Sabourin to take the face-off, won by the Sharks. To Seven at the blue line. She'll dump it down into the near side corner. 1:20 remaining in the power play. Lightning find it, lift and get rid of it, and it will go the distance to the goal line. Meta. Settle things down behind the door. Sabourin on the far side, that's who she passes to. Sabourin to McKay. McKay bringing it in. Back the other way. Cosgrave in possession now. She'll come in over the blue line. She'll drive the net, but she's forced to go to the far side corner. Front for McKay. McKay looking for somebody in front of the net, and she'll hand it off to the blue line. Cosgrave to Dion. Dion back to Cosgrave at the point. Dion off the near side, feeds it through the slot. McKay on the far side. Back to Dion, she'll fire, deflected, no goal, puck sits there. I don't know how that puck stayed out, but what a great feed by Dion, and the deflection nearly on target. Oh my goodness. This is the times I wish I had replay. I want to see how that puck stayed out. 10 seconds remaining in the power play for Barrie. To neutral, picked up by Peterson, she'll bring it in short-handed. Power play now has expired, back to 5-on-5. Sharks had some good chances, couldn't put it home. Peterson loses an edge, or she might have had an opportunity with that puck. Finds Dion. Dion to Larmond. Larmond trying to feed De Silva, doesn't work. Here comes Uma Peterson to Biederman. Biederman trying to get the shot, puck sits there. Sador looks at it long enough and says, I'm going to put a stop to that. That's sitting there way too long. Woo! What action here in the third period, folks. Looking more and more like we're going to get some extra time, Delaney. Sorry about that. You enjoy the drive down, right? Okay, yeah. I do appreciate you coming out and giving me a hand today, Delaney. Thank you so much. To Aurora Matt at the blue line. Puck's bouncing in the slot. Taya Wallace finds it on the far side. Wallace taking her time. Up through the middle. Poked away from her. Oh my, what a shot there. I think that was Fleming with the shot. Errant puck, and the Lightning capitalized on that. My goodness. Went up and over though. Play continues, 1-1. Here's Sonia Meta. And that goes to the far side. The battle for that puck on the far side boards. Lightning find it. To the neutral zone. Meta dumping it back down in. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third and final frame. 1-1 tie. Bergman. She's all by herself, surrounded by 4 white sweaters. Sharks take control. Here's Abby Bromwell down the near side boards. That's found by Saprika in the Lightning end. She gets it to the blue line. Dion stepping in. Puck will roll away, but picked up by the Lightning, and they re-enter the Sharks zone. Shot in, and a glove save by Zador. Holy crow, what action here in the third period. That shot made by Himley. Minute 26 remaining in the third. Lightning have it after the draw. They'll drive towards the slot, shot in. Save by Zador, and she closes tight on the post. These teams, too, are very evenly matched. Two very evenly matched teams is what I attempted to say. Puck rolling away, far side corner. It's anybody's game at this point, and we're definitely in next goal wins territory. Lightning turn it around the other way. Sabarin finds it. Hands it off to Swanson, who dumps it down into the far side corner. Under a minute to go here in Ajax. Sabarin trying to find that puck again. Lightning dump it down into the Sharks' end. Sharks will regroup in their own end. We'll have one more opportunity at a rush. Dion to the far side for Simone Swanson. Swanson up off the boards. No, hits a player. Comes back onto Dion. Sharks still in their own end. Now they'll get it to neutral. Here's Sam Larmond. It'll come into the Durham West end. Larmond chasing. They'll get it to the neutral zone. Here's Fleming. Fleming to Peterson, just onside. Fleming, Peterson trying to drive the net. Oh my God, that puck sat there on the blue plate right in front of the line. How did that not go in? Oh my God, save of the game. And the hand is up. That's going to go against Barrie, I believe, though. So even though it was a fantastic save, they're going to find themselves down a player with 3 seconds to go, and then they'll find themselves down a player in the overtime. How did that puck not go in? What a save by Ava Zador to get all the way over before it was rolling over, literally rolling over. Kathleen Dion, the guilty party, and timeout being called. I'm going to say Barrie called the timeout. Now I'm just making an educated guess. With 3 seconds remaining and Durham West with the player advantage, I'm not wondering if maybe they don't pull the goaltender and go 6-on-4 with 3 seconds remaining. Like, anything can happen, right? You get the drop, make a shot in. You've got 6 players there instead of 5. Why not pull the goaltender at this point? Sharks would like nothing better to come away with a win after the loss yesterday. Durham West, they want to improve their record 1-1, and they want to make it 2-1 before the end of the game. Wilkinson going back to her net. So I guess I thought wrong. It was a thought. I don't think it was a bad thought. All right, Meta, Cosgrave, France, Larmond on for the Barrie Sharks with 3 seconds remaining. Fleming to take the draw for Durham West. Shot in, just sails wide. And that's where are we going to find ourselves now. It's going to be 5 minutes of overtime, and because of the penalty to Dion, it will be 4-on-3. Not where the Sharks wanted to be going into overtime, but I'm sure, you know, it was worth it because that puck never crossed the line, even though it was thinking about it. Who do the coaches go with in the overtime? right. 5 minutes on the clock. It's going to be 4-on-3. Sadie France to take the puck drop against Peterson for Durham West. Back to Matt. Lots of open ice. 4-on-3. Can the Sharks hold off until Dion steps back onto the ice? Driving the net. This is Madison Brick. To LaPointe. LaPointe waits, sends it to the far side. Back to LaPointe. Pick off here by Sadie France. She has a little bit of space. She'll wait. Reinforcement, shot in. Oh, intercepted. Pass meant for Stewart was intercepted by Madison Brick. 1 minute 10 remaining in the penalty. Here's Aurora Matt. LaPointe with her. To the far side for LaPointe. Matt and LaPointe change places. McKay trying to poke that puck free. Over to the far side. Shot in by Matt. That skipped and into the mesh, and we'll have a stoppage in play. 51 seconds remaining in the power play. She'll step out onto the ice and we'll have 4-on-4 until the next whistle, at which point it'll be back to 3-on-3. Shock to take the face-off for Durham West against Kate Stewart. Puck ring around the boards to the blue line and out, so Durham West will have to retreat and double back and regroup. In comes Mitchell. Off to Biederman. Biederman with the shot. That sails wide and into the plexiglass. 30 seconds remaining in the power play. 35 seconds, excuse me. Down the corner. Wilkinson will leave it. Picked up by Mitchell. Mitchell to the far side. Wallace is now on the job. Durham West changing up their lines. A bit of space. Shot made all the way down. 10 seconds remaining in the power play, and it looks like the Sharks are going to kill this one off. Dion about to hit the ice. They have killed it off. We're back to 4-on-4. Again, it'll stay 4-on-4 until the next whistle. To Bergman. Being bothered by France. Green riding the line. Durham West holds on to it. So luckily that power play or that penalty taken by Dion ended up not being a factor in the decision of this game. Here's Sadie France coming in with some speed. Sharks changing up their lines. Sabrin out in front, weaves around, waits, gets around! Oh my goodness, what a goal by Sabrin! Oh my goodness! Ella Sabrin, a call up from Sudbury, and she buries the game winner in overtime. Oh my goodness, now that's a play I wish I had a replay on. That was unreal. What a game between these two teams. It was absolute joy to call this one. Wilkinson and Zador put a wonderful show on in net. And we had a bunch of firsts. So Uma Peterson with her first goal of the season, Maddie McKay with her first U22 elite goal, and our call-up, Ella Sabrin, with the game winner in overtime. Sharks were able to kill off that penalty, come back, and win this game. Another come-from-behind win. That's the third come-from-behind win for the Barrie Sharks this year, and it's only Game 7. Delaney, I hope you're in for you're looking forward to a fun ride, because it's going to be fun watching these girls. You never know what's going to happen on any given game, really. I don't know what to say after that. All that I'm looking forward to Wednesday night's game against the North York Storm. Well, folks, I guess we're going to have to say good afternoon here from Ajax. I don't want to go. Big hugs there at center ice. Amelia Wilkinson, a former member of the Barrie Sharks, getting big hugs from her former teammates. Sador with a big hug. They were great teammates for the past 3 years, I believe, with the Junior Sharks, and they're happy to see each other. With a fabulous game by these girls. What a game winner by Sabrin. Oh my God. What a goal. All right, well, I'm going to have to say good afternoon here, folks. I'm sorry. Oh, Okay, final score 2-1 in favor of the Barrie Sharks in overtime. My name is Cheryl Gilroy along with my partner Delaney Schwartz. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. So happy to have you along here. I'll be back with you on Wednesday night. Until then, enjoy your Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Keep the faith.